8,
You're watching
7,
Experience Comic Culture and Sales.
5,
Streaming live daily to
4,
Facebook, YouTube,
3,
Twitch, and Twitter.
2, 1.
We are here, and I cannot wait for you guys to see what we have in store for you tonight. This is going to be your first chance right now. We're doing this exclusively on the Experience. Your first chance tonight to pick up War Lion 2. We're going to bring on Fabrice Sapolsky from Fair Square Publishing to talk about a special cover that he did for us. We're going to talk about the book. He's going to talk about his books, and then we're going to showcase a bunch of other books. We got an amazing show for you guys tonight. Stick around.
For years, I have traveled the world slinging my creator-owned comics at the biggest and hottest cons. Now I'm busting out my personal collection of comics, toys, games, and more in order to bring the fun and excitement of con life right to your screen. There's only one place to get your comics and collectibles and chat live with the greatest showman in modern comics. So bust out your keyboard and get ready to call it in! You're watching Kickin It With Onrie, the live shopping show.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Kickin It With Onrie, the live shopping show. I'm your host, Onrie Compton. This is our second show of 2024, and I am honored, beyond measure, beyond everything, to welcome Fabrice Sapolsky into the house.
Hey.
Welcome. How are you, sir?
Hi, brother. I'm good.
Welcome back, man. It's good to see you again. You're
Yes.
looking a lot better than I was expecting, because you had mentioned that you got sick over at the
I've been sick for about 3 weeks.
Oh.
If you still hear me cough, that's normal, but it's on its way out. Like, hopefully I'll be very good in a couple of days.
Excellent. Well, Fabrice, we agreed to do this show together kind of last minute, but in order to kind of help promote each other, one thing I got to say, in the short time that you and I have known each other, you have extended your hand to me in so many different ways, helping me get into MegaCon, a show that I wouldn't have been able to get into if it wasn't for you. But not only that, you can take it a step further by saying, Onrie, I'm going to give you an exclusive cover, and we're going to work together to promote this. And I want this, I'm just telling you this, I want everybody to know this. From the bottom of my heart, I want this to benefit both of us, because you really have put yourself out there for me as a friend, and I really appreciate that. So that's the first and foremost thing.
Thank you.
Why don't you start by talking about some of the books that you have that you have coming out right now? Because from what you and I talked about very briefly, you got some really great books that you've recently published that are about to hit the streets, and you just got them this week. You got a lot going on, so please take it away.
Right. Okay. So I'm Fabrice Sapolsky, and I am the co-owner of a company called Fair Square Comics, which is celebrating his 5th anniversary in 2024. Fair Square Comics is the only family, immigrant, and minority-owned comic book publisher in America. You would think that it's not the case, but it is. It's basically me, my partner Crystal, my son Ethan. We are distributed by Diamond, and we have published a lot of books, a lot of graphic novels and comics in the recent years. Starting with just one in 2021 and 17 in 2023, and we're gonna crack the 20 titles in 2024. And so we started really early in the year with a book called Watson and Holmes: Scandal in Harlem, which came out December 27th in Comic Book Store and January 9th everywhere else. And it's the second volume of a collection that is a reinvention of the Sherlock Holmes mythos in a modern day Harlem, and it's an exceptional book, not just because it's a cool reinvention of a classic, but also because it has African American leads, African American creators, and it's done right. And you have like pretty big names like Brandon Easton and Stephen Harris, Dennis Calero, Greg Anderson Ellisay, that JD Chavis, that have partnered with us. The cover is Tom Cocker. Um, it's really really a great book, and it starts pretty well. And if you have missed the first volume was from Carl Ballers, Rick Leonardi, which is of course a legend of comics, and covered by Carrie Randolph. So
That's
What's in
beautiful.
Home Piano in Harlem is the first one
Absolutely.
that came
That
out.
that is so gorgeous. I really love that cover. It
Yeah,
is
yeah.
absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely wonderful. Next up is a book that is our absolute bestseller, Noir is the New Black. Noir is the New Black is the book that started the company. We started the company with this in 2020, and it's really the gift that keeps giving. This is the third edition. It's an expanded edition. We went from 132 pages in the first edition to 164 pages in this one, and comes out January 31st in comic book store and 15 days later everywhere else. And it has two additional stories, including one amazing story. And when I say amazing, like I am like not even like joking. This is an amazing story called The Winter Fields by Joe Illidge and Chris Cross. If you know these guys, you know that you're in for quality, for a ride. The colors are from my man Morby. Noir's the New Black. 18 stories, 47 Black creators. And as always, with every Fair Square Comics title, they keep 100% of their creative rights, which is very important for me. So Noir's the New Black, the real deal, bestseller. We sold over 5,000 copies of the previous two editions, and this one is on its way to success.
That's incredible.
Don't miss it.
Incredible. Fabrice, I'm sorry I missed, because I'm actually kind of interested in buying these myself. I definitely want Noir's the New Black. What are the price? What are the prices on both Watson and Holmes?
All right. So Watson and Holmes is $25. You can order it from your local comic book store. You can order it on Amazon, Target, Barnes and Noble, everywhere. You can also order it directly from the Fair Square Comics web store at fairsquarecomics.com. So $25 for Watson and Holmes, which is 140 pages, and $30 for 164 pages. And the quality is just superb. We print in Canada. I refuse to print in Asia because I don't like the idea of like losing the jobs, losing the local jobs, and having a big carbon footprint. So I print in United States or Canada exclusively. That's an important thing for me. And as an immigrant, you will understand that. I know that there's a lot of immigrants working in these factories. So very important. Noir's New Black, 164 pages, $30. And then there's The Little Gem. It's a book that, for me, is one of the most heartfelt stories, most beautiful books that I've ever published. It's a slice of life book. It's called I Run to Make My Heart Beat, and we made it our pick for Black History Month. And it's the real story of this young woman. In the book, her name is Nina, but it's the story. It's more or less the story of the author Rachel Kahn, who is a former athlete, a law graduate, and she's also Black, Jewish, and Muslim. She is from many walks of life, and her story will probably resonate with a lot of people. The art is it's really gorgeous. It's really different, and I really think that people will fall in love with the story of Nina in I Run to Make My Heart Beat. It will be released for Valentine's Day in comic book store, so February 14th, and February 27th everywhere else. But you can already order it from our website, and of course pre-order it everywhere else in comic book stores, in bookstores. This is also 164 pages for $30. Beautiful story, beautiful book. I want to add that there are a couple of books that are still going strong from 2020, from from 2023, like Little Rock Files, which has been, yes, Beyond Topia Legends is still, yes, it's still on sale. I mean, not this one. This one is sold out. This one's sold out, and this one is sold out. But the trade paperback is available. You don't have it here, but the trade is available. Little Rock File is also available. It's a book that spun off Noir is the New Black. It was initially a short story, and now it's a full-fledged story by Greg Burnham, Quinn McGowan, and Marcus Williams. And colors by Morby, my man Morby. We're going to talk a lot about Morby. He's a color artist that I'm working with a lot, and he is actually the one who has done the colors for the book that you publish, Onrie.
Warline.
Yes, Warlion. And one last word.
Are we talking about Warline, or are we talking about something else I published?
Well, I just want to just like one more thing.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
One more thing to talk about Hyphen. Hyphen is a preview book that is not available anywhere but at conventions and on the web store. It's the prelude to an anthology about Jewish stories of diversity. You have an African-born Jewish person, a trans Jew, an Asian Jew, and it shows how incredibly diverse the Jewish community can be. And these stories are real stories of real people in their own words. Really, really meaningful, really beautiful, and that's also why I love graphic novels, because you can have those stories. It's not just all the bells and whistles and heroes fighting each other. It's also real stories about real people.
That's amazing. Yes, I absolutely love that, and I already know like a couple people that would really appreciate. Like my good friend, she works at a synagogue. She's like an organizer at her synagogue.
Yeah,
and she would love Hyphen. Like I'm still going to tell her about that. It is. You got such a diverse line of comics, and we need that. I mean, really, in lieu of Will Eisner's like legacy, I really think it's creators like you that are carrying that on through the work that you're doing. Like, it is so important. Like, this is the stuff that is going to be remembered because you're encapsulating cultures in very specific periods of time, which is like now, and
yeah.
That's important, just
like, and I want to say also, Onrie, and that's very important, especially you're also very invested in other cultures and all. We have, as graphic novelists or publishers, we have to build bridges between communities. Too many times, there's so much hate in the world. I want to use this platform and this beautiful medium that we have called graphic novel to build bridges between communities, to have people understanding the real truth, the real life, the real words, the real stories of these people that are coming from everywhere, and make a point that once you are invested, once you agree to discover, to go beyond your own culture, to go beyond your own background, and discover these other stories and these other characters, you will have more empathy. You will have more tolerance, and I think, I mean, we're not curing cancer, of course. This is just graphic novels, but I think that it's so important in today's world. I'm sick of social media and violence. I want to show that there are actually good people doing good stories.
That's one of the reasons why I love doing conventions so much. And, to your point of, hey, we're not surgeons, we're graphic novelists. Stan Lee had a quote that was something akin to, how he always didn't take he was always upset because, people didn't take his job seriously. Like, I'm just a comic book writer. But, he managed to inspire people to like realize that they needed his storytelling in order to go through what they were going through in life,
right?
To get the inspiration to build those buildings and perform those surgeries. People look to the characters that Stan created, and they look to the characters that we create too. one of my biggest customers is a doctor at conventions, you know, and he likes reading our comics. He likes reading everybody's comics because that's his way to decompress after he goes through, you know, his busy work schedule. So it's like our work is very important, you know.
Yes.
We're people's happy place. And as we get older, we smile less and we laugh a little less. So
Yes.
we should always be laughing and smiling and having a good time.
All right. You want to talk about your book?
Let's talk about Warline. Thank you so much for taking the time to fill us in. I wanted to kick it off with that because I want everybody to know about the work that you're doing, man. I'm real proud of you. All right. Well, anyway, let's get to it. So here's what we're going to do right now. Fabrice, you and I never worked this out for the folks on here, but here's a question for you. If I have pre-orders for Warline 2 tonight, would you mind signing those copies for the people that do it, or do you want them to show proof of purchase for something that you did in order to get this?
So usually my rule is very simple. My signature is always free everywhere. Everywhere you see me, you show up with one of my comic. And when I say one of my comic, the comic that I created, like there's my work as a creator, as an artist, as a writer, as an editor, and there's my work as a publisher. I will not sign Noir is the New Black. Even though I'm the editor and the publisher of Noir is the New Black, I will not sign Noir is the New Black because I don't want to take away anything from those Black creators. And that's where it stops for me. But if you show up with a comic that I did or I drew the cover for, like Hyphen, I did the cover, or other things that I did the cover, or of course the ones that I wrote, like the early Spider-Man Noir or the or Intertwine, Lady Bird, etc. My signature is always free. Now, because we're in a business where we need support, we're independent creators, and I need that money to, not just to live, but also to produce more beautiful stories. I would appreciate if people who want my signature buy something from the table or buy something from the website if we're in a virtual situation. So if they show me a proof of purchase, I would absolutely sign anything.
Perfect. Beautiful. You guys got the gist of it. Go to Fair Squared Comics. JD dropped the link. And Fabrice, I just want to apologize because you and I should have had a conversation about that before we got on the air. So thank you for reiterating it.
No, that's okay. I mean, I'll say it at any convention anyway.
If I should have worked that out with you in advance. But that's what we're going to do, folks. So just go over to Fair Squared Comics when you get a chance, make a purchase, bring it back to me, and show me that receipt.
Just a screenshot. A screenshot is good. Yep. And I'll sign whatever you want.
Perfect. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So let's get over to Warline. We got a chance for you guys tonight in honor of Fabrice's releases and his work as a comics creator. We're going to be releasing a black and white noir version of Warline 2, which is going to feature black, white, grayscale artwork from Dexter Wee, which in itself is absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. It is a very unique way to experience this book, and we're going to do a print run of 150 copies, and that's it. Some of these copies will be available for our Kickstarter, but the majority of them are going to be sold at MegaCon coming up. Once again, we're going to do a deal where if you guys pick it up right now, you will pay for it now, and I will ship it to you once I get it from the printer. The cost is $15. And I'm running a deal where if you buy Warline 1 with it, I'll knock $5 off of Warline 1. You get Warline 1 and 2 for just $20. And if you want me to sign it, that's on the house. And if you want Fabrice to sign his cover, then you basically just got to buy something from the Fair Squared Comics site, take a screenshot of the receipt. You can send it to me. I'll prepare everything for Fabrice and send it over to him so that there's no backing and forthing. And I will set those copies aside, and we'll be good to go. So without further ado, let's showcase the Warline 2 trailer real quick, and then we're going to unveil Fabrice's gorgeous cover. Yeah, so stick around. We're going to hear that right now.
Why did I become Warline? 'Cause I became Warline. 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 'Cause
the truth will hurt. Not your soul. It may destroy you. Which is why I must protect you from it.
Okay, so far we have two pre-orders on.
That's great. I loved it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You're awesome. Thank you, Fabrice. Well, now let's show the awesome, beautiful cover you have done for us, and I want you to talk all about it. JD, if you can share it. There it is. There is the Warline cover that Fabrice has illustrated.
Yes. So, all right. So I drew that cover, and it was colored by my buddy Morbi, who's from Nigeria, and who I really appreciate working with. It was, for some reason, a lot of artists don't like to draw buildings, but I do love to draw buildings. There are a lot of buildings and a lot of covers that I do. I was showing the cover to Hyphen earlier, but then I drew all these buildings. I find it very soothing to draw buildings. It is really interesting. So when you, Onrie, told me about War Lion, and I immediately was interested in doing a cover. First, our good friend Frank Husen did a variant for you last year, and I was kind of jealous. I was like, I saw it and I was like, oh, I want to do that too. It looks really great.
Guys, guys, I love you guys. That's awesome.
And so that this is where I pitched, and you said like, that's great. But I said I'm interested in drawing the girl, the War Lion girl, not the man, because I love drawing women, and I really enjoy strong female characters. There are a lot of strong female characters in what I create.
Sure.
So it was really an opportunity, and I wanted something urban, but at the same time, a little cyberpunk. And when I presented to you, you said like it would be great to have the other War Lion too. So we added the face of the father of the original War Lion on top, and it became that very interesting cover where you can feel it's almost like a Star Wars Jedi cover. Like you have a Force ghost on top, and she is inspired as she's about to deliver justice from the roofs of whatever city she's in.
Whatever city she's a part of. Well,
Yeah.
I love what I love about this is the amount of really interesting foreshadowing that is on this cover. That what I find wonderful is the elusivity of it, is the fact that there's a lot of stuff you don't know about the story, but you capture. What I'm trying to say is you captured an aspect of the story that is so important with this cover, and I am so happy with it. I am so thrilled with it. And
Which is funny because you gave me about no information.
Yeah, I gave you no information because we were in the middle of production. I'm like, he didn't have anything. He hasn't had a chance to read the book, like, which is totally fine. Like we decided you read issue 1 and you decided to go with it, and we had this idea, and I already knew at that point about the foreshadowing, and I'm like, go with it. And here's the thing, I've developed this philosophy. I think you'll appreciate it. When I see someone who knows what they're doing, it's better to just stand out of the way and let them do their job. And that's exactly what I felt was necessary here, because you have given me such a beautiful cover. What a gift you have given me. Thank you so very much.
It was such a pleasure. And it's also like, I really love doing covers. And I mean, a lot of people, this is really funny. And I don't talk about it really often, but I started in this business first as a graphic designer, but because in my infancy, I wanted to be an artist. And then I had this kind of disagreement with my mom, and she was like, no, you're never going to be an artist. You're going to starve. And then I switched to graphic design because it was the closest thing to being an artist. But then I ventured into writing, and then drawing was not a priority until it became an obsession. And I started drawing up to the point. Of course, in the beginning, I sucked, but it became viable. And now, unfortunately, I'm more known as a publisher, an editor, or a writer, but not as much as an artist. But this is what I love to do. Like, if you want to make me happy, you're saying, like, Fabrice, can you draw something for me? And that change everything. And so I hope that this cover gives other people ideas to say, hey, this guy can also draw covers. He can also draw. I can also draw interiors too, but like, it's very time consuming. Covers I can do with my workload. It's something that I can absolutely do. And I have like 3 or 4 covers lined up this year for Fair Square Comics books that people are going to be very surprised about. But this one is so far the favorite piece that I've drawn for a comic that was not mine.
I appreciate that, Fabrice. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. And it looks like we had some additional pre-orders come in. Roberto Santiago is actually headed over to the Fair Square Comics site right now.
Hey, Roberto. Wonderful. Yes.
He not only wants Warline 2, he wants Noir is the
Noir is the New Black.
Yeah. And
Noir is the New Black is the OG.
I was thinking about this, Fabrice. I'd like to ask your permission if I can. Since this is, we wanted to honor the Noir is the New Black, and especially since it's, a black and white version of Warline 2. I was thinking about calling it the Noir is the New Black variant. Are you okay with that?
I'm not okay, because Noir is the New Black is tied to this concept where we're using Black creators to tell their own stories.
Okay.
And I again, it's like this pocket thing. So it can be a noir variant.
That's something I should have asked you beforehand, but it's a good thing you told me now before I go off the press.
That's okay.
That won't be in that cut, guys.
It can be the noir edition. It can be, we did something when we did the Kickstarter for Noir is the New Black. We had a black and white. We had a black and white companion book that we called the Noirtist edition. I would leave you that if you want to do a Noirtist.
Yeah, I know. We'll work it out later. Again, it's something I should have talked with you about before going.
That's okay. We can sort it out live. It's beautiful.
Anywhere, so I figured it was okay to ask your permission. But I'm sorry if I put you on the spotlight. I didn't mean to do that.
That's fine. That's fine. But yeah, like I'm super excited. I'm not only super excited to sign copies of Warline 2, but also because we're heading to MegaCon Orlando early February, and we're going to be together, or both our tables are going to be next to each other. I really am excited to see how people are going to react to the beautiful things that we both have, because you have your own books, not just War Lion, you have Yi Sun Shin, and I'm really excited about it.
I'm getting Mark's reprinted soon, but
Mark's too. Yeah.
Right, I have my two series, so I'll definitely be pushing those along.
And I'm going to come with probably 18 different titles.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's amazing.
People are going to have the choice.
We're gonna have a really great experience. I'm really looking forward to the show with you. And thank you again for the opportunity to get me on that show floor, because I actually just got an email today from Fan Expo. They told me my application was rejected for the Fan Expo Cleveland. So
really,
well, we'll see. I'll come out there and
even Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland.
And Cleveland is one of their smallest shows.
I guess they just wanted me to. I guess they wanted to give me the boot.
Well, right now they don't have the choice when you're with me. So
yeah, all right, excellent. All right, well, we'll figure that out, and we'll make everything right. Fabrice, thank you so much for coming on the show.
My pleasure.
Is there anything you want to part us with? Any kind of information about where we can reach you and all that stuff? You want to do that last one more time?
Well, you can find me or Fair Square Comics. I mean, I'm on every social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn under my name at Fabrice Sapolsky. You can follow me, and you're going to see a lot of things, like, because we have so many books, we're announcing things almost every day right now. And of course at Fair Square Comics for everything else that concerns the company. And I would say especially the TikTok, because Crystal, my partner, is handling the TikTok, and her videos are absolutely wonderful. She produces like really nice and quality content with a lot of humor. So you guys should absolutely follow the Fair Square Comics TikTok page.
Awesome. Fabrice, thank you so much. Have a wonderful
Thank
week.
you for having me. And we'll see everybody in Orlando at MegaCon in a few weeks.
Yep. All right. Take care, Fabrice.
Bye.
Yep.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.
By this time in our journey, we had been on the trail of a very elusive creature for about 96 hours. But all the hard work is about to pay off. Oh, crikey, there she is. Oh, by the markings, I'd say this one's at least a 9.8. Oh, she's a real beauty. A true mint copy. Oh, this one will make a fine slab on anyone's display wall. Oh, she's a feisty one, though. Look out, look out!
Mint Hunter Comics is the place to find that mint comic you've been searching for. Mint Hunter Comics, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, part of the experience.
Symphonic verses, Nocturne's romance. A song of romanticized darkness, dreaming dead by sleep.
For years, I have traveled the world, slinging my creator-owned comics at the biggest and hottest cons. Now I'm busting out my personal collection of comics, toys, games, and more in order to bring the fun and excitement of con life right to your screen. There's only one place to get your comics and collectibles and chat live with the greatest showman in modern comics. So bust out your keyboard and get ready to call it in! You're watching Kickin It With Onrie, the live shopping show.
Oi! What do you think you're dead? You think you guys could just sneak off? Sit down, get your butts back in the seat. It's time to buy some comics. All right, we're going back to Kicking It. First and foremost, I want to thank you guys so much for your pre-orders for Warline 2. I appreciate it so very much. You guys are going to absolutely love Dexter's black, white, and grayscale artwork on this book. And I think Fabrice gifted us with a really cool name for our variant. So the new artist variant edition of Warline 2. And you guys saw the deal get made on the air, which is kind of like ironic because, you know, you guys saw how Fabrice does things. Fair Squared Publishing. He's always fair. And I appreciate that about him so much. So for those of you guys who have supported me tonight, please, please, please consider supporting my man Fabrice. Like he said, we're in this together, and a rising tide raises all ships. He has helped me out tremendously. Again, I didn't get into Fan Expo Cleveland, but thanks to Fabrice, I'm in at MegaCon. So hopefully we can work things out, and maybe I can get a spot at another show. We'll see. But here's hoping this New Year's off to a good start, and you know, it's great having our friend here. So deal is always the same. You spend $25 and you get to spin the wheel, and $50 you get free shipping on your order. And I'm sorry I was a little late tonight. My kids had kind of a very long and tough day, and they came home and they were really hoping we could spend time together, and they had to go to bed. So I got guilty dad syndrome in the back of my head because my time with them is always like very precious. Like they're with me for a week and then they're gone for a week and then they come back. So I try and give them as much time as I can, but not every day. I'm not successful every day, and today's one of those nights where I dropped the ball. So hopefully tomorrow I'll have time to make up for it. So we have Wolverine number 69. Wolverine number 69 is going to go for $5 today. This is a, I think the middle part of the Old Man Logan run. Let's see which part it is. Part 4. Okay, so this is part 4 of Old Man Logan, which is one of my favorite runs and one of my favorite Wolverine stories and runs. A big inspiration for Warline, I might add, too. Obviously, duh. But yeah, I love Old Man Logan. So anytime I come across it, I'm like, oh yeah, grabbing that. This is gonna go for $5. Wolverine 69. 69, bro! Dude, like JD, like probably wanted to cancel me so bad when Fabrice was on. He was like just like eyeing it right there. He's like, come here, help me just push that cancel button right now. They would have accidentally canceled both me and Fabrice at the same time. And then JD goes down for canceling 2 Jews on the same screen on the same live stream. Canceled! Someone's getting booted! We're going to do more of those spawn booting videos. I promise you guys that. I think that's a whole new thing. And JD needs to get in on that quickly. I told him a little bit about it, but he didn't have a chance to see any of it. All right, we got Venom number 28. That's going to go for $4 tonight. $4 on this. Yes, exactly. Unless it's written in French, too. In French. And you can't do it for me because I got a French name. Joe Beoweed, vote for Spawn. It's not Speen. It's Sean with the P. Spawn. Spawn. Speen. Oh, and he did get a good boot, didn't he? He was like, oh, my cuckocks. Oh, me mom. Oh. All right. Black Panther Unconquered number 1. That's going to go for $4 tonight. $4 on this. And by the way, that Wolverine Old Man Logan, I said it was 5. I'm knocking it down to 4. Just keeping everything at $4. Captain America 259. That is going to go for $4 right now. $4 on this. Honor Copen's a wild and crazy guy. Joe Hardy, just so you know, we are currently offering Warline 2 for pre-sale right now. This is for a black-white edition of the book, a noir version of Warline. And it's the only version of the book that I'm going to do in black and white. The book is currently being colored, and after it's colored, I'm only going to be doing colored editions of the book. So this is the cover. It was done by Fabrice Sapolsky. It is going for $15. It is limited to a print run of only 150 copies. And Fabrice will sign it for you as well if you buy something from his publishing company, Fair Square Publishing. But if you want Warline 1 and 2, that's $20 right now. You can call it that way, or you can just do Warline 2 for $15. But this is going to be a collector's item because not only is it the first printing of Warline 2, but it's also done in a noir version after that. We're going strictly color. All right, Chris Sticego's asking for a Warline pre-order. Awesome. All right, and Captain America and the other thing. Joe. Joe, how the heck are you doing, man? I appreciate you being here. Thank you. That cap was a nice pickup. Okay, we got Immortal She-Hulk #1. This is really cool. Going for just $4 right now. Actually, sorry, that was Roberto who claimed that. Roberto, I'm sorry. How are you doing? You're like, fine, I'm not going to watch the show anymore. I'm giving you the booted! Okay, Joe's calling for the pre-order. Sorry. Joe called the pre-order. Roberto claimed the Black Panther and Captain America. We're good to go. Roberto, I apologize. I didn't read that correctly. So I have that. I have you down for the right stuff. D. Hausner, yes, I got you. You're down. You're good. Immortal She-Hulk 1 is going to go for $4. Yeah, so far I have Phil Riley, I have Don Johnson, D. Hausner, David Moore, Roberto Santiago, I got Chris Sticego, and I got Joe Hardy. All right, awesome. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, Roberto. All right, next up, I got Amazing Spider-Man 262. This is a pretty cool issue. It's done by Bob Layton, and it's also a cosplay cover, kind of. But what happened was, and it's actually related to the story within the comic. So what happens is Spider-Man's on his way to catch some criminal, and he ends up going to the airport, and then he decides to change into Peter Parker to track the guy down. And then some photographer comes in and then takes a picture of him, and he now knows Spider-Man's identity. And he's a dirtbag who's ready to sell Spider-Man's information to the mob. And there's no supervillains in this, which is kind of unique for a Spider-Man story, but it almost feels like it's hey, if you were to make Spider-Man into a TV show, what would be the most budget-friendly way to do it? Because obviously, doing some of these villains is probably really difficult. So doing a comic like this may have been a way to kind of get Hollywood's attention. And you can kind of see from the layouts they have, everything kind of takes on a more real tone. It's a lot grittier. It's almost like you're reading an issue of Daredevil. It's interesting. This is going to go for $15 tonight for Amazing Spider-Man 262. You won't be disappointed in this. This is actually a really great read. I have Wonder Woman #275. That's going to go for $4 tonight. $4 tonight on Wonder Woman 275. And then I have Walt Disney's Comics and Stories from Gold Key. This is going to go for $4. And then I have Mickey Mouse, Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse. That's also going to go for $4. Get it together, Jesus! Wonder Woman gets called by Curtis. Curtis, welcome. How you doing? Off to a great start tonight, guys. Thank you very much. I have the Batman 1992 annual #16. This is going to go for $4. I have Web of Spider-Man number 5. That's going to go for $4. Justice League number 1. This is a Future's End tie-in. That's going to go for $4 as well. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you're going through a tough time, and I hope whoever's giving you a hard time gets a good old fashioned booting. Anybody who's giving any of you guys crap, just letting you know that I will send wishes that they get the great big booting, the big booting. Someone's giving you a hard time. Could you just imagine that? Like I always and for those of you guys who are like wondering what the boot is, so I've been doing these really lame sketches for Spawnuary. And I give myself full credit, okay? Because everybody else is like an artist, but I'm a writer drawing Spawn. So, I take a lot of pride in that. Anyway, I drew these like stick figures, and then this idea came to me on Friday. I was like thinking about Spawn. I'm like, what else does Spawn have? And I'm like, oh yeah, he had that big ass boot. He just for no reason had this big boot, like over like 1 foot. And I never understood what that was for, because I'm not sure he ever kicked anybody with it. Maybe he did. I don't know. But man, that boot is like, geez, that is a statement right there. That is like, boy, I'll give you a good old fashioned booting, So, I kind of went with something, and I didn't give it to JD to do tonight, but we played a little game on Monday, and it was a lot of fun. You guys got to vote on who got the booting, and we'll bring it back to you guys next week, which, speaking of which, this is my last night on Wednesdays. In order for me to stay as consistent as possible, I have decided to move to Tuesday nights because I have a convention schedule coming up that's going to keep me from doing shows, and I'll usually leave on like Wednesdays and things like that. But this way I can do shows, and I'll be here on a more regular basis. So yes, you guys will see me on Tuesdays next week, same time, 10 to 12 p.m. Eastern time and 9 to 11 Central. So tonight is my last night on the Wednesday slot. Just remember that next week we're on a night earlier. So yes, there's that. Yes, right after Minhunter. All right, great. All right, cool. All right. I got NFL Super Pro number 1, going for $3 tonight. $3. Grab it. Needs to go. And I have Odyssey number 1, going for $4 tonight. $4. So we got 3 more books on the showcase real quick. See if we can move them. Do them all at the $4 level, because we just got to move this stuff. This stuff's got to go. It's sitting here for too long. Too gosh darn long. Spider-Man 2-in-1 number 1 is going to go for $4. Wayward Sons, the White Widow variant, I had that price at $10. Hey, it's even got a price tag of $10, I think. No, it doesn't. Either way, it's going for $4. And then I got Wonder Woman 239. That's going to go for $4. Oh, it is. All right, now I'm going to do a lump sum total on everything, because we have mostly $4 books. 14. Got about $67 worth of books here, because the most expensive book I have is that Amazing Spider-Man 262. So $67 worth of books. If you give me $50 right now, I will hook you up with all of these books on the bottom row here, saving you $17, hooking up with free shipping, and giving you a spin on the wheel. Wait until you see my Spawn. You testicle! Just wait until you see what I do next, guys. Next week's Next week's going to be a lot of fun. We'll do actually, you know what? In order to celebrate our new time slot next Tuesday, we are going to do a Tuesday show. We're going to do the spawn booting episode. I'll do another spawn booting thing. And it'll be something completely different. You guys have been giving me some ideas. We started a little chat on things that we want to see. I can't say it on the air, but I am going to implement that into the show. So that is for the people who are in the know. Or in the know. All right. I have Beyond Topia Legends from Fabrice. Like he mentioned on the air, these books are out of print. So they're just done, and they are gorgeous. I picked this up from Fabrice at a convention, and this stuff is just absolutely beautiful. This book is going to go for $30. He signed it for me too. And then I have Beyond Topia Legends 1. That's going to go for $15. And these books are gorgeous. They're just so well done. The art is fantastic. There's some good stuff here. He's publishing some really good talent. And then here's the third one. This one's going to go for $15. I'll do a bundle deal. $60 for everything. $60 for everything if you want this. All right, Wonder Woman 239. Spawn. Black, white, and terrific. I really love this stuff. I should actually really read this if it doesn't sell tonight. Good stuff. If we don't get a black spatum, we will riot. The P is invisible. All right, next up, I have a facsimile Batman Vengeance of Bane reprint right here. That's facsimile. I don't know if that's just like, this is the facsimile. So this was published last year. And then I have Vengeance of Bane 2. This is the first printing of that. This is the sequel to the origin of Bane. This is sort of like his redemption story from his point of view. It's a really good book. I really enjoyed this. And it was illustrated by Graham Nolan. He did a really amazing job. It's a beautiful book. I'm going to do the pair right now, the facsimile and this one, for just $25. $25 for the pair. And this is in really great shape. And it looks like the first printing, which is really crazy. It looks identical to it. You have to open up the first page to see what printing it is, but it looks identical. They did a really great job with that facsimile. So we went to the printer and we said, "Here, we printed this before. Do it again. Do the same thing again, but like on better paper for the same price." All right, next up I have David Anthony Kraft's Comics Interview. This is a special edition with George Perez's art for the first time ever for JLA versus the Avengers. This is some really amazing stuff here. And this came out about 10 years, no, actually 20 years before JLA versus the Avengers even was published, which is really cool. This is the first time we see the JLA and Avengers illustrated by George Perez. This has made this book quite a gem. It is going for $50 tonight. I have only 2 copies of it. $50. You can go look this up online. I got 2 really clean copies of it, each one going for $50. Next up, I got Stalker number 4. Stalker number 4 is going to go for $4. $4 apiece. And like I said before, $50 for everything on the bottom row here. And then I got $25 on the Vengeance of Bane and the Redemption. I also have Beyondtopia Legends. And I have David Anthony Kraft's Comics Interview, the JLA Avengers version, going for $50. All right. It is time for us to jump into that collection. So I have a bunch of really awesome $2 comics that I just grabbed from the warehouse. This is a full warehouse restock. And I'm so happy with the stuff that I continuously find in my own collection. You know, like so much time passes and I have a vague idea of what's actually there. You know, there's always stuff that I bring back from the shows that I do, but there's also stuff that I'm finding from that old lot that I picked up. Still some gems from there. And I don't know, maybe there is a point to me buying up lots at certain points so that I can come across cooler books. And if you guys are willing to buy that kind of stuff, if you're looking for that kind of stuff, let me know and I'll be on the search for it and I'll see if I can just buy a whole lot. But it's kind of hard for me to have the funds to drop down on buying huge lots when I have to go to cons and do everything like that. So I like to keep it cheap because I think you guys like to buy more comics. So I'm perfectly happy doing things exactly how I've been doing it too. So, but anyway, I still love being able to shop in my own shop, if that makes sense. Anyway, I have Southern Bastards number 6, number 7, number 8, and number 9. Missing number 10, but I got number 11. Cover price on each of these books is $3.50. Tonight you can get all of these books for just $10. $10. It's all yours. The Southern Bastards. I have The Tick's Giant Circus of the Mighty number 1. This is going to go for $2. Man-Eating Cow number 1 is $2. Tick number 3, Chroma Tick, now in color. It's going to go for $2. And Chroma Tick number 1 going for $2. I don't even know what the value of these books are. I just put it together and decided, hey, I should probably look that up, especially since this is another one. I don't know anything about Chroma Tick. I didn't read any Tick comics, but either way, I'm doing all this right now for $8. I have Lobster Johnson, number 1 of 5. This is the Burning Hand, number 2 of 5, number 3 of 5, 4 of 5, and then I have number 5 of 5 of Iron Prometheus. So I got a number 5, it's just not a part of the same run. It's all out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $10 on those. Ticks are off to the third. Alberto playing the Ticks. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Heath, what's up, man? All right, Wayward Son. Wayward Son. What was Wayward Son? Oh, Wayward Sons. Okay, got it. Got you, Heath. Like Wayward what? Wah. Heath, how you doing, brother? Did you get your last package? Lobster gets my man D. Yeah. And what I love about this, guys, is we're probably going to do this next week too. I got invited to a convention on the 27th. It's a one-day show. And I kind of wanted to do it, but I got MegaCon coming up the following weekend, and just so much going on that I want to enjoy my last weekend before the con, season kicks off. So I'm probably not going to do that show, which means that I'm going to need to compensate for that. And I'm thinking about just doing complete restocks of stuff that I have from the warehouse. I'm just doing dollar books next week, like all week. I'll do dollar books for you guys. So let me know, because I got a lot of multiples on certain books and stuff that just needs to freaking move. I might even sell these books off for 50 cents a pop. I mean, just stuff that I just need to get through that I'd be able to move if I was at the con, but since I can't, it's not really a con, it's a swap meet. But since I can't make it this year, thinking, maybe doing that. All right, cool. I'm so glad you received everything, Heath. All right, I have Conan Road of Kings #3 from Dark Horse, going for $2. I got Chimichanga #1. Chimichanga. This is going to go for $2, #1. 68, Hardship. This is a one-shot, cover A. And then I got Jungle Gym, which is another one-shot, going for $2. After the Cape, #1, going for $2. And then I got After the Cape 2, #2 and #3. So this is kind of like our Lobster Johnson situation. I got a 1, 2, and 3, but it's a different 1, 2, and 3. So anyway, it's $6. Yo, wait, it's a different. Come on. I got Savage Dragon #3, #14, #41. I will do all of these books right now for just $6. Bloodshot #2, #3, #5, and #14. I will do it all for $8. Savage gets I have Zorro #1 by Don McGregor. Don's a really awesome dude. And #3 and Mike Mayhew from Topps Comics. Zorro #1 and 3. This #1's a preview edition. It's going to go for just $4 for the pair. This is stuff that's been in my collection for years, man. Chew #16, #18, #20, #27, #31 are going for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do it all for $10. $10 on all these books. On Savage. Oh, and then I have Warrior Chicken Pollo. It's going to go for $2 as well. So all the chews, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $12 for all of the chews. Chew on that. Got any big league chew? No, this is minor. This is Image League. It's like a D minor. All right. D minor. All right, I got Lone Wolf 2100 #2, going for $2. All right. Lone Wolf 2100 looks cool. You guys ever read Lone Wolf and Cub? This is like the 2100 here. And the artwork here is really great. And a reimagining of the classic manga series Lone Wolf and Cub by writer Kazui Koyoki and artist Koseki Kojima. And it's not even like a manga style, which is really wild. It's actually, sorry, I don't. That's interesting. They're saying it's a reimagining, but those are the guys who made the original The Lone Wolf and Cub. The guys who did this book were actually Francisco Ruiz, Velasco, and Mike Kennedy. Sorry about that. So this is actually an American version of Lone Wolf and Cub retold in the year 2100, which is pretty cool. Published by Dark Horse. That must have been a lot of fun to work on. Abe Sapien, number 3 of 3. That's going to go for $2. The Creed, number 1, is going to go for $2. Cowl, number 1, number 2, missing number 3, but we got number 4. Do it all for $6. $6. Deathstroke the Terminator, number 8, and the number 3 annual is going to go for $4. $4 on the pair. True Titans annual, number 5, number 6, number 7, and number 8. We're going to do it all for $8. $8 tonight for all of it. For everything. Batman Seduction of the Gun, 64-page special number 1. This is going to go for $2. Starman number 1. That's going to go for $2. Secret Origins number 12 is going to go for $2. Number 16 is going to go for $2. You get them both. It's $4. I have Batman 478. 479, 480, and 481, and 482. My collection, the Batman collection that keeps on giving. This is going to go for $10. Yes, I think you did. All right, the Batman gets claimed by Joe Hart. Joe, you won this Batman run, right? Okay, let's go up to Chris. Okay. Okay, you wanted Seduction, so Seduction got claimed by Joe. Who wanted the other Batman? Who claimed that? Who made the first claim on that? That would go to Don Johnson. Hack, what is a first print? Hack, did you get my email? Hugo, you got my email, right? I sent you the tracking information. Did your package arrive? I just want to make sure you and I are caught up on everything. So I don't recall hearing back from you. And then Don, Don, you're taking those Batman, right? All right, good. Excellent. I'm so glad, Hugo. Welcome back to the show, by the way. And we are doing a pre-order right now on Warline 2. JD, can you show the cover again? Because it looks like we have some new people join us. We have a new version of Warline 2 coming out right now, and it's going to be a noir version of the book. It is coming out in it's going to press very early next week, and we will have it available for sale at MegaCon. But we are taking pre-orders right now. It features a cover by Fabrice Sapolsky. It is going for just $15. If you want to add Warline 1 to it, I'll add Warline 1 for you for 50% off cover price. So that would be $20 for Warline 1, which is in full color, and Warline 2, which is a noir version. I am really proud of this book. I worked tirelessly on the second issue here, and I really think you guys are going to appreciate it. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys think. This is a book that is going to take you down some really dark places, and it's something I really enjoyed working on, and I'm looking forward to finishing it up with that third issue. Okay, Don, I got you for the Batman run. Anyway, anybody wants to claim Warline 1 and 2 right now, it's just $20. And then we have Warline 1 here. 1. And I will throw that in for $5 more, and you get the first full issue for just $5. Warline 2 will be 48 pages, just like Warline 1. And it is a book that is going to rock your socks off. And a forward review from Ted Sikora. He called me up this morning. He has read it. He's read the PDF. And he said, it is the best book that I have published to date. And keep in mind, Warline number 1 was supposed to have a really different opening. But Ted stepped in and said, that is not your opening. You need to completely rethink this. And I did, and I thank him so much. Our first 2 pages, I have to say, with all honesty, turned out the way they did thanks to Ted. And he really forced this on me. And he not only did that to my benefit because of what it did for the story, but also for what it did for the storytelling, because I really felt my creative peak with this layout over here. And that really inspired me a lot with Warline 2. And I honestly think it's some of the best layout work I've ever done in comics. And I've been working on it for over a year. I was driving to Baltimore Comic-Con with Kyle, and there's a page in there that I remember working on while we were driving to the convention. And I'll show it to you guys when the book comes out and everything, and you both have a chance to read it. But I'm really looking forward to hearing your thoughts about it. I know you guys are the ones who are buying this book because you want to support me and you're actually going to read it. So I'm eager to hear about what you think and everything. And Hugo, the Vengeance of Bane is not a first print. This is the facsimile. But I do have the Vengeance of Bane number 2 Redemption. This is going to be in fine condition. It's got a fold on the back, but you can press it out. It's not like an ink break or anything like that. So if you're looking for like a cleaner copy of the book, I think you could probably press this out and get something around like a 7.5 or an 8. But you would have to press it in order to do that. Otherwise, you can just read it. It's great. The facsimile reprint of number 1, which looks exactly the same, is in great shape. So my ask is 15 on this, and then my ask is just 10 on this. So 25 together for the day. And if you really want it, you could throw me an offer on it. Yeah, no worries, man. Yes, sir. Yes. Your page 1 does make an appearance. That's awesome. Don Johnson picked up page 1, the original artwork for page 1. And yes, it did make an appearance in that trailer. And I really enjoyed working on that trailer. And it's been a while since I've done trailer work, but I really enjoyed doing that too. And as you guys know, that was my voice there. And sometimes you have to kind of do everything you can to make it work. Now, I'm not sure if the music I used was, free of copyright. Like when I did a search on YouTube for the music, I specifically did a search for, no copyright, free use music. So I think that's where my trailer came from. But I used to work with the guy. His name was Bill Perocopo. He was my music guy. But now he's directing movies, and he's already in Hollywood. He's directing movies. He's trying to get his first feature made, and he's incredible. He's going to make it big out there. I have no doubt. Oh, yeah. You'll see it. You'll really see it. Yeah, I'm really looking forward. I'll tell you when we get to that point, or you'll know. You might even know it. I don't know. But you'll appreciate it, I promise you. I have no honor number 1 going for $2. Legal, illegal, it's a gray area. That's what we got Chris Steichel for. Don Johnson is Chris Steichel's spokesman. He speaks on his behalf. He speaks on behalf of the law. Chris Steichel's too busy answering phone calls right now. He's like sitting like J. Jonah Jameson in his office smoking a cigar and just shutting people down. We got Nancy in Hell on Earth, number 1. This is gonna go for $2. If you have something that needs to get to Chris Steichel, you're gonna have to go through Don Johnson to get there. Don's the lineman of the show. New Lieutenants of Metal, number 1. This is gonna go for $2. Don, how are you doing, man? How's everything? How's your New Year? How's your New Year going so far? I have Nick Wilson, number 1, going for $2. I saw pics of you and your family and everything. It looks like things are going really well for you, man. And God bless you. One of the highlights for me for going out to Dragon Con was hanging out with you that one night. And I hope to do that again. I'm actually going to head back out there this year. I have No Mercy, number 1. This is going to go for $2. I have Hawk and Dove, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10, number 12, and number 13. I'm going to do all of these books. 2, 4, 6. I'm going to do all 6 for just $12. And No Mercy, number 1, going for $2. That is a good thing. I'm glad you're busy at work. It's better to be busy. I'm glad to hear that. And thank you for spending your free time with me, man. It means a lot. I got Incredible Hulk number 47, number 48, and number 49. This is all going to go for $6. Don, you know what's really cool about this black-white version of Warline that you're getting? You have the original art for number 1. So, for page 1 of issue 2. And I think you had some other original art too, I believe. But either way, Don's got that page, and you saw the work in black and white. So, that's basically what Warline 2's art is going to look like consistently. Like, it's not a colored book, and I normally don't. I've never really put out I've actually never put a black-white book out, period. This is the first time I'm doing it. The idea came to me when I read that Gargoyles of Gotham, the Batman story that came out around like Thanksgiving, I think it was, or like around fall time, and it was a black and white Batman, or they did a noir version of it, and it was just so damn good. I loved it. So it was like, it's really cool, something to consider if the need for it ever arises. And sure enough, it did. And it all came together because Fabrice wanted to just do a cover for me, but I was thinking in my head that it would be for a colored version of the book. The fact that we're doing it in black and white, I mean, honestly, this is just going to be such a beautiful final production. I cannot wait for you guys to read this. And it's the printing process is also something that I'm a little nervous about, because there's a sequence in there that needs to be printed correctly. Otherwise, it may not read the way I intend for it to read, for you guys to read it. But it'll make sense either way, so it's fine. Page 1 from both issues. So you got, and I'm damn proud of that page 1 from issue 1 layout I did. That was fantastic. And what Dexter did with it was even more amazing. He worked on that page 1 and panel 1. This is just something for you to tell people when you show off the artwork. You can tell them that he was working on that while his wife was giving birth at the hospital. If you look at the details in the buildings, he was drawing all that while his wife was in labor. and he wasn't allowed in the room. He was in the Philippines. So, and and labor meaning like the whole period. Kids don't just pop out like that. Sometimes it takes a while. So, as I'm sure you know, John. But for those of you guys who needed a good old talk about the birds and the bees from Onrie, you got it right here. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so I hope you'll appreciate it. I mean, like, especially since this grayscale artwork is just so fantastic in there. I mean, it's just, that's awesome, man. Thank you for the compliment. I have Savage Dragon versus Megaton Man, the Savage Megaton Man. That's going to go for just $2. And Heath, how are you doing, man? Heath, I got to say, I appreciate you shopping here so much because we met at LA Comic Con. I meet so many people at Comic Cons, and as you can see, I don't always see those people here because not all of them like to buy comics the same way that you do. But meeting folks like you at conventions is a part of what I do. And Dee Hausner, I feel the same way about you. Thank you for being here. But we all have this this kinship and bond over our love for this medium. So I love our hobby very much. And it is a tremendous privilege to make it my full-time job. Not an easy full-time job, but it is a full-time job. Right. I have on most days. What's up, Leonard? How you doing? I appreciate that. Dexter is a renaissance man. All right, I got Nomad number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 7. Leonard, the machinator of the other aspect to the drinking game aspect of Kickin' It. This is awesome. We're gonna do something fun for you guys next week. So just remember, we're moving over to Tuesday nights starting next week, and especially you guys have a rough night, come and hang out. Even if you can't buy comics, it's totally cool. Come and hang out. I always love having you here. I got issues 1 through 8 going for just $15 tonight. $15 for issues 1 through 8 of Nomad. Nova the Human Rocket 2 is going for $2. This one's Spider-Man number 24 going for $2. Remember, I sold a copy of this for like $5 a couple weeks ago. Number 28, really great Don McGregor story. Number 29, number 30, all going for $2. $8 on the Spideys. Avengers 328, 329, 337, 340. Grab them all. It's just $8. And then I got Ghost Rider number 17, number 18, and number 19. Yes. Everybody is doing it. Gooble gobble, one of us, one of us. We got a black and white version of Warline 2 coming out, Leonard. It features a cover by Fabrice Cebulski. It is going for $15 right now. It is limited to only 150 copies. It will come signed by me. However, if you go and you pick up anything from Fabrice's store and you show me a receipt, he will sign your book for you on the house. All right, excellent. Awesome. Leonard, I'm signing you up. Thank you very much. And guys, we didn't get around to spinning the wheel because things have been kind of, all over the place tonight. So for everyone who buys something from me tonight, you're all going to get a free Marvel Previews calendar here, which kind of tells you all the titles that Marvel's going to be releasing this year, starting with the Spectacular Spider-Man, which I'm really excited about. Man, I am so ticked off. I had an opportunity to buy like 5 copies of Ultimate Spider-Man 1 last week, and my dumbass bought 1. And now that book's selling for like $25 to $50, and I'm like, ugh, could have bought more. Why didn't I buy more? And unfortunately, that was one of those books that I just didn't think was going to take off the way that it did. But I should have, because when I went into North Shore Comics to pick it up, I remember a guy came in, and he was not a guy that I would typically imagine would be at a comic shop, but he came in specifically just to get that book. And I thought that was really cool. It's like, wow, you know, this book is really bringing people back to Spider-Man. But I didn't think it would be that book. I didn't think that was the book that was going to do it. I thought it was going to be a book like Spectacular Spider-Man. I was way, way, way off. You live and you learn. You learn and you live. Now the next time I'm going to come across like 80 copies of that book for like $1, and then like I'm going to sell them at the show in like 20 years for like $2. And I'll tell you guys about this story. I'll be like, I remember when this book was like $50. Yes, I'll break up the Avengers, Heath. Go ahead. Batman Legends of the Dark Knight, number 88. Number 89, going for $4. Untold Tales of Spider-Man, number 3. Number 15 are going to go for $4. I have Spider-Man starring in Marvel Adventures, number 6, going for $2. Behemoth, number 1 from Black Caravan, it's going for $2. $320 and $340. Okay. I have $329 and $337 going for $4. Young Hellboy, number 404 is $2. Dr. Aphra, number 27 is $2. Lethal Foes of Spider-Man, number 2. Number 3 are going to go for $4. All right. We got to get a commercial break in right now. So I'm going to do 2 more books to fill up this row. And then we're going to come back, and then it's FOMO time. I didn't realize how fast the time was going. Look at you guys. All right. 2 more books, and we're going to break. I have Buffy 97, number 1, going for $2. And then I got Aliens Vampirella, issue 2 from Dynamite, going for $2. We're going to take a short commercial break. When we get back, we're doing FOMO books.
Why was Princess Zelda sad after watching a bunch of YouTube videos? She couldn't find the link in the description. We'll stop if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's super easy. Click subscribe and click the bell when you do. And thanks for supporting the EXP.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit comicshoplocator.com to find a store near you.
For years, I have traveled the world slinging my creator-owned comics at the biggest and hottest cons. Now I'm busting out my personal collection of comics, toys, games, and more in order to bring the fun and excitement of con life right to your screen. There's only one place to get your comics and collectibles and chat live at the greatest showman in modern comics. So bust out your keyboard and get ready to call it in. You're watching Kickin' It With Onrie, the live shopping show.
All right, welcome back, guys. Let's get to it. We're doing FOMO books. JD, can you run the FOMO video? I got you on the Alien versus Vampirella, Curtis.
It's FOMO time! What's that even mean anyway? Oh, is that what it means? I'm such a weirdo for missing out on these great deals!
Maybe we need a better explanation of what FOMO is. I think we made fun of Robert Pattinson long enough. All right, throw him in the hole. Throw him in the hole. Throw him in the hole. All right, I have Daredevil #1 annual, The Return of Echo. I haven't seen the Echo TV show yet. Have you guys? This is going to go for just $5 tonight. If it's not on there, it's crap. I love it. Thank you, Roberto. I have Conan the Barbarian #1 from Titan Comics. This is going to go for $5. I have Vengeance of Moon Knight #1. This is introducing a brand new Moon Knight first appearance. It's going to go for $15 tonight. Greco Pulo variant cover, $15 on that. I have Puck the Artist, signed by the creator Miles Greb, who recognized that we put his book up on as a FOMO book, commented on that. I love this dude. So this book's about it's kind of like a nod to all like RPGs, but it's basically about this adventurer who's like out to discover color. Everything's been in black and white his whole life, so he's out to discover color. This is really cool. It's also signed by the creator, and it's published by Scoot at Scout Comics. This is going to go for $10 today. $10. Daredevil has been claimed. I have Daredevil going over to Roberto. I have Silver Surfer Ghostlight #1. That's going to go for $10. First appearance of Ghostlight, new character. One for $10. Spider-Man 2099 Exodus, to the Green Goblin of 2099. It's going to go for $8. I have Venom #25. Got an $8 price tag. I'm doing it for $5. We got multiple claims on Venom 25. Don't worry, I got you covered. So yeah, 50 copies of it. And finally, I have Iron Fist #1, which is going to go for $5. Yeah, I actually really want to see the Echo series myself. I'm curious. I saw like a blip of that fight between her and Daredevil, and that looked really badass. Actually, I will check it out, and I'll let you guys know what I think. I just finished watching Blue Eyed Samurai over the weekend, and I've been looking for something new to watch. So Echo is it. Huh. That's pretty cool. Phil, what's up, man? I got you down for Warline 2. I just wanted you to know that if you wanted to purchase something from Fabrice as well, he can sign it for you as well. We already talked about that. But greetings from Germany, man. Hope you're doing well. So I have you down for Warline. So far, I have Phil Riley, Don Johnson, Dee Hausner, David Moore, Roberto Santiago, Chris Steisko, Joe Hardy, and Leonard Pig down for copies of Warline 2. Anybody else wants to pre-order it right now, go for it. Really? Okay, so if you want Fabrice to sign it, you need to go to his website and buy something from his website. If you show a receipt, then he'll sign it. That's the deal that he has in store for it. He's a really great publisher, and he's putting out some really cool books. Because your shipping issue it may be difficult. I'd be willing, if you're interested, to purchase a copy of the book. You can just let me know, like, hey, I'd like to get New Artists, New Black, or whatever. JD, if you could drop Phil the link for Fair Square Publishing, that would be great. Just see if there's something you'd like for him to do it. If you buy something from Fabrice's store, then his signature on Warline 2 is free, so there's no additional cost for that. He just wants you to pick up his books because he's publishing some really cool stuff. I highly recommend picking up either Watson and Holmes or Noir is the New Black. I'm personally picking up a copy of Hyphen for my friend who is in the Jewish world, so I know she's gonna love it. I have The Invisibles, Volume 2, Number 1. I have Volume 1, Number 10, Number 11, Number 13, Number 14, Number 15, Number 16, Number 18. Oh man, I've held on to these books for so long. Oh my God, I want to get rid of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 comics. 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. I feel like there's a second comic in there. Hold on, guys. Aha. There it is. Oh my God. This is so cool. Check this out. I remember this game on PlayStation 1. You guys remember this? Loaded? This was the sequel, Reloaded. Oh man, I remember this game. We were like going around. It was like super violent. It was the most violent game on the PlayStation. And there was this one dude. This was like one of the first PlayStation games, Loaded. And I remember this game. Give me a holler if you remember Loaded. That is dope. All right, well, anyway, we're doing that. All the Invisibles bundle set is going to go. We got 9 comics, $18 on that for the Invisibles run, and that'll include the Reloaded comic as well. Huh. The things you find in your collection. That's pretty cool. Cool, thanks, Phil. So $18 on this. Iron Wolf number 1. That's going to go for $2. Really? I heard a lot of people said that they really liked what they did with Kingpin in it. So I'm really excited to see how the show ends up. I have iZombie number 3. That's going to go for $2. I have a really cool Fantastic Four run done by Salvador LaRocca and Chris Claremont, known famously for his X-Men stuff. But we have Fantastic Four number 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, number 30, and number 31. I will do all of these books, 2, 4, 6, 7, all 7 at 14. All 7 at 14. I have Batman the Shadow number 1. number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 6. I will do all of this for just $10. You're missing number 5, and that's it. You got a full run otherwise. Batman Shadow by Scott Snyder and Steve Orlando. Riley Rossmo on the art. That's a pickup right there. Curtis, I found Deathstroke number 7. Let me know if you want to add it for $2. All right, we got a full rack here. I'm going to showcase, I'm going to take the FOMO books down and build out a double rack here. I'll showcase the FOMO books again. All right, adding Deathstroke. Curtis. Captain America number 601, 602, 603, 604, and number 616, which is a 70th anniversary cover. What a beautiful cover. I will do all these cap books for just $10 today. $10 on all the cap books. Daredevil 288. Speaking of Daredevil, 289, 290, 291. I'll do all these for just $8. $8 on the Daredevils. And then I got the Dragon Blood and Guts number 1. That's going to go for that's number 1 and number 2. I'll do the pair for $4 for the Savage Dragon Blood and Guts. Critical Mass Shadowline Saga. This is book 4 of 7. This is going to go for just $2. I have Phoenix Bizarre Adventures True Believers number 1. That's going to go for $2. I have Star Wars Hyperspace Stories number 7. That's $2. Green Lantern number 2. This is going to go for $2. And then I have Superman 10 from Bendis's run. That's going to go for $2 as well. All right, guys, here's the deal. I want to clear all this. Clear it all out. $30 for the double rack. I'm not going to go lower than that right now because you're getting some really cool books here. I think that Nomad number 1 is a book that I've seen a lot of people picking up at a really cheap price. And that Spider-Man 24, that's definitely worth more than just $2. But I want to clear this stuff out so I can go out and buy more. So I'm willing to do it right now. Everything at $30 for the double rack. You're essentially paying 30 cents a book. Then I got Transformers number 1 from Daniel Warren Johnson and Mike Spicer. This is the newest book right here. This is going to go for $15 today. Roberto's taking the double rack. Take a shot. That's awesome. Roberto has built out his box. Damn it. That's what I am talking about. I love it. Sold a lot of comics tonight. That's what I want to see. And we got a lot of Warline pre-orders here, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. All right, perfect. Phil, do me a favor. Send me the receipt. I will remind everyone to go to Fair Square Comics, pick up something if they want for Reese to sign their stuff for them. Oh, looks like we just sold through a short box of books, which is fantastic. I'm very, very happy. Where is Bruno's shoulder? Sorry, guys. Give me just 1 second here. All right. Sorry. 1 second, guys. Sold off a lot of comics here, and I just want to make sure we got everything squared away here. Roberto, I owe you a spin on the wheel. For sure. I owe everybody a spin on the wheel. You got 5% off your order. Thank you very much, Roberto. You sold off a short box of books tonight. Appreciate that. We got about 11 minutes left on the clock here. Awesome. All right. I have Superman Blackest Night number 2 of 3. That's going to go for $2. National Anthem number 2 is going to go for $2. Edgar Rice Burroughs' Universe Beyond the Furthest Star, Warriors of Sandar number 1 is $2. Lady Zorro number 1 is $2. Merca and Delpho on Sacred number 6 is $2. Oh, and let me showcase our FOMO books one more time before we close out. I have Iron Fist number 1, featuring a new appearance of a new Iron Fist. That's going to go for just $5 today. Conan the Barbarian number 1 is going to go for $4 today. Spider-Man 2099 Exodus Omega, featuring the first Green Goblin 2099, going for $8. Venom number 25 is going to go for $5. Puck the Artist, signed by Miles Greb from Scoot, is going for $10. Moon Knight number 1, we got Vengeance of Moon Knight 1, featuring a cover by Greg Capullo variant, going for $15. And I have Silver Surfer Ghostlight number 1, featuring the first appearance of Ghostlight, going for $10. New books. FOMO. All got to move. I have Thor number 12 from Straczynski and Adventures of Superman 501, going for $2 a pop. And then I got Superman number 650 and 651. That's going to go for $4. $4 on this. Batman Legends of the Dark Knight 110. That's going to go for $2. Legends of the Dark Knight number 123. That's going to go for $2. So $4 in there. Alpha Flight number 56, number 103 are going to go for $4 tonight. Superman number 17 and number 18 are going to go for $4. $4 is good. And actually, I have Adventures of Superman 500. That's going to go for $2. So 500 and 501 is going to go for $4. Spider-Man Bad Rock number 1A is going to go for $2. I have a pretty gnarly She-Hulk run here. She-Hulk 159, 160, 161, and 162. These are all going to go for just $8. $8 She-Hulk. Batman and Two-Face number 24, number 25. It's going to go for $4. $4 for the pair. Detective Comics Science 73 is going for $2. She-Hulk explained by Heath. Gotcha. Oh. Batman Legends of the Dark Knight Collector Special #1, going for $2. Spidey #1, this is a Halloween Comic Fest variant, going for $2. Punisher, The Final Days, #54, #55, going for $4. The Spectacular Prodigy #1 is going for $2. Luke Cage Power Man #1 is going for $2. Spidey's off the bill. Original Sin, Daredevil #6 and #7 are going to go for $4. Fantastic Four #8, this is also an Original Sin tie-in, going for $2. Steve Rogers Super Soldier Annual #1 is going to go for $2. Gonna close it off with a couple more books here. I have Mighty Thor #8, #9, #10, and #11, and #13. If you do all of these books, that is all 5, it'll be $10 for all of them. $10 for all these books. I have Supreme Power #12, #13, #14, #15, #16. If you were to take all of these books here, that'd be all 5 at 10, all 5 at 10. And then I have Team X, Team 7. This is pretty cool. This is going to go for $2. Normally a $5 book. Doing it for $2 tonight. You didn't get a chance to cancel me at all, and we only got 2 minutes left on the clock. All right, so here's the last deal of the night. If you guys decide to right now, you can grab the left rack here for $15. $15. It's the last deal of the night. So $15 for that rack. Getting some really cool stuff there. I want to thank all you guys for showing up tonight. I really appreciate it. No cancellations. I appreciate it. Yeah. JD just didn't get around to it. But I want to thank everybody for coming by to pick up Warline. JD, you didn't cancel me tonight. You helped promote me, and I really appreciate that. Oh. There he goes. No, he got it in. He slid it in. He got it. But anyway, thank you so much for supporting Warline. Thank you for being here for the show. I will be back next week. We're going to do dollar books all of next week. Just to move through some back stock in the warehouse. I have a lot of stuff over there that I need to kind of like mow through, and we're going to have a great time. Thank you again for shopping with me. You guys are fantastic. And I will see you guys next Tuesday. Same time, just on Tuesdays instead of Wednesdays. This is, we made this decision so that I can be here with you guys more consistently as the year goes out, goes on the experience. So anyway, thank you again for shopping with me. Have an excellent night. If you want to pre-order Warline, you'll have another chance to do it on Facebook. I'll make some social media on the social media posts. I'll be sharing the artwork out and everything. And yeah, we will hook you up with the order. All right, guys, have a wonderful rest of your night, and I will see you guys next week.
Do you remember what it was like when you were a little kid and you got a letter in the mail? Now imagine that letter was filled with information about your favorite shows, pop culture questions, links to things you're going to want to see later, and even sneak peeks at upcoming programming here on The Experience. That's what the EXP mailing list is. Every week, we send you sneak peeks, information, and all of the relevant links for all of the shows you want to see. Sign up now on our website or scan the QR code that's on your screen right now.